The Los Angeles Chargers announced a new defensive coordinator. We'll break it all down for you and what it means for the fans and what to expect for the players. Also, the NFL coaching experience. Guess what? There are two spots wide open. Which two teams will hire the next coaches? We'll tell you who we think they are. And most importantly, fan favorite and friend of the show, Tony Jefferson, will join us. He'll talk about his career and the future of the 2026 Chargers. It all starts right now on the Bolt Crew podcast.
Hey, yeah. Hey, it's the Bolt Crew, and we always winning. Hey, go against us, I don't recommend it. Hey, it's the Bolt Crew, best up in the business. It's the Bolt Crew, repping for the city. Macking on and off the field like Khalil. They hate on us cause we keep it too real. I'm talking smack like Phil Rivers in the field. Oh, you mad again cause we kept it real? Why you mad? Hey, I'm talking smack, I feel like Uncle Dave. Hey, I bring the pain, I feel like Derwin James. I could run and gun, I feel like Harbaughs down the lane. I feel like LT the way I'm stiff arming these lanes. We just wanna win, we just wanna win, yeah. Ay, we just wanna win, we just wanna win, ay. Putting on for the city, putting on for the city. We just wanna win, we just wanna win, yeah.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Bolt Crew podcast. Dave Pele, Josh Pele, and Mario Heron. We're going to start the show straight off with our guest. Really excited to have him on, and you guys know him. We've been talking about him for a long time, and of course, that's Charger safety. He's like high school alum, Oklahoma Sooner. You wearing the Oklahoma Sooner stuff right there. It's Tony Jefferson joins the show, and Tony, we're extremely excited to have you on the show. But before you start talking, got to let you know a little background. We pushed on this show for the longest time, not only for you to be on the Chargers, but for playing time on the Chargers. And we told the story about you at Eastlake High School, and we said, you can talk about Reggie Bush's highlights on YouTube and all that. Go look at Tony Jefferson's clips on YouTube and what he looked like in high school and how great he was. And we talked him up, and everyone said, you guys are saying that because Josh was teammates with him at Eastlake. But then you had the game against Trey Lance and the Cowboys in preseason. And everyone's like, all right, let's see more Tony Jefferson. And you have made the show look extremely smart. So as you join us today, I got to say thank you. And I can't tell you how happy we are to have you join us today.
I appreciate that. Great intro. Good to see you all again, my dog, Josh, and everybody. Hey, who was singing that rap song on the intro? That was kind of hard.
Yeah. He went to Eastlake. Yeah, no, Stebby. He went to Eastlake. Yeah.
That's what's up. Yeah, no, that was cool. But bro, Eastlake in the house, bro. Yeah, bro. You know, my story's been all about grinding and trying to make it to the top from the bottom, being undrafted. Had early success in my career, starting off at Eastlake in high school. Had offers pretty much anywhere I wanted to go. Chose Oklahoma. A little bit of culture shock there, but great brand of football to be played in Oklahoma, and I got to experience that for myself, playing in front of 85,000, and prep me for the league, and just always had the mindset of it's a year-by-year basis in this league, and it's a what have you done for me lately league. So never really get complacent, regardless of contract situation or any of that. This league is brutal, or it can be brutal if you get complacent. So I've known that. That's my mindset ever since I got into it. So it's brought me here today.
No, so here's the deal. I want to just let people know, when he says he was recruited everywhere, he was recruited everywhere. I mean, it was, Tony, you probably don't even know this, but you used to get so many letters that you just drop them on the ground. Like, your teammates and stuff, we'd pick them up and go, stuff like you wouldn't even open. It was amazing how many schools, are chasing you. And you talk about your career and how it has lasted. And we always know about, the average player plays 3.5 years. Well, that number's even gone down to the average player playing much less than that. You're now a veteran in this league to play a long time with a nice NFL pension coming, and it's been a hell of a ride. Can you talk about the first stop, the one in Arizona? Because people go, Arizona Cardinals, not a premier team in the league, but you had major personalities in that defensive backfield with you, big-time players.
Oh, big time. I just remember my rookie year as an undrafted guy. I'm going into defensive backs meetings, and I got Patrick Peterson. I got Tyrann Mathieu, who was a rookie with me, but he had status. Gerard Powers and a lot of names really that weren't as big, but these dudes were ballers and they were vets. and they were able to teach me the game, take me under their wing, and for me, really just learn about it. And even on the opposite side of the ball, a guy who really helped me and mentored me was Larry Fitzgerald. He really was able to like spit a lot of game to me, and like he understood where I was as a player in regards to where I came in as a player, being undrafted. But he saw, that I had some type of football ability in me, and he really instilled a lot of like confidence and a lot of exposure to being a veteran in the game to me early on. And I think that helped me become a better player, to become ready for the situations when my name was called, because that's really what it comes down to, especially when you're undrafted. The cards aren't really dealt in your favor. So the only thing you really can do is take advantage of the opportunities, and that's kind of really all I did. As at an early age. And I think that's helped me even to do that now when I get my opportunity as a seasoned vet, is going back to those days where, okay, you're a rookie. I was on my I was on my way out as a rookie with the Cardinals. I had an opportunity of a lifetime. One of the guys in front of me in the preseason had got hurt. So I was like, all right, well, I'm in. I'm running with the twos. I was like a 4-string safety, and that game against the Cowboys, I don't know what it is with the Cowboys, but the Cowboys do well for me, especially in the preseason. And it was one of those games where like I just was ready. Like I popped up as a 2nd-string safety, and I had 2 picks that game, and it really just put me on the map. And everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, we need to see more of this dude. Like, we need to see more of this young cat out of Oklahoma who was a freshman All-American, ended as an All-American, and then was undrafted. Like, we need to see more of this guy." And like ever since then, like I always fall back, even to this day, just going back to that moment where I took advantage of the opportunity.
Tony, first off, thanks for joining the show. Been trying for 2 years to get you on the show, so I'm really thankful.
No, I didn't see not one.
Bro, hey, you're here today. It's all good. It's all good. My feelings weren't hurt. Don't worry. Nah, you're good. But it's kind of funny that you bring up how you made the most of your opportunity with the Cardinals. I want to bring up this question that we got on X using hashtag #AskTony. Came from Amy O. It says, after being cut in the preseason, how did it motivate to become one of the most valuable pieces on the defense this year? And how did it feel to have the fan base strongly behind you? What do you think about becoming a fan favorite and then making the most out of your opportunity?
Yeah, like I said, I knew what's crazy is the past offseason before I signed back with the Chargers, like I was trying to get like just a little bit of guaranteed money going into the season, like because I know the game. I was a former scout, and I was in those meetings. I know how it works. You don't have any guaranteed money in your vet. They're most likely going to release you before camp. I mean after camp. So I was trying my hardest. Joel Siegel's my agent, but for the most part, I handle a lot of this. So I speak to GMs directly. I have been doing that for the past few years. But going into the year, I was trying to like ask Joe, I'm like, man, just give me a little bit of guaranteed money so I can feel somewhat secure, because I had worked out really well, had a good offseason, so I knew what kind of season I was going to have. And I guess it's like the year before, like I came in like week 13, and I balled out. I mean, I had a pretty good ending to the season. I like balled out in the playoffs. So I'm thinking like that did like just a little bit enough to understand for them, like, hey, this guy can still play. But I spoke to Joe, and Joe basically like I remember vividly. I'm on the golf course, and I'm talking to Joe, and I'm like, so what's the deal? Like, it's been kind of a runaround. Like, am I going to get some guaranteed? Like, blah blah blah. And he's like, well, I'm gonna be real honest with you. Like, we have our 2 safeties right now, which was Alohi and Elijah. And he told me, he's like, and we're most likely going to draft a safety. So you're probably going to end up being on the practice squad. And this is beforehand. This is before me even like getting an opportunity to go compete. So I could have done two things in those situations. I could have took it to heart and been like, man, screw this, I ain't going back. Or while I'm on the golf course, it could have just motivated the hell out of me and said, I'm about to prove these dudes wrong. And I took option number 2. And I say, you know what, Joe? I'll sign it. I'll talk to my agent. I'll get it signed over. And I took my $25,000 signing bonus, and I signed that contract. And I went in, and I was motivated all training camp and everything. And to be honest, I had a really strong preseason out the gate. I mean, I'm like, I got a pick against the Lions in the preseason, and you know, I had to put a pretty strong preseason. But in my mind, I knew what was coming, regardless of how there wasn't anything I really could have done to fix the situation that I was in. So I just went out there, bro, balled out, got cut, and that did piss me off. I will say that. But my opportunity came after week 1 against the Raiders, and they couldn't. They just. It's not like they could have cut me and put me back on practice squad at that point. So the rest was history there.
You know, you mentioned that you were a scout. You took some time off. You came back into the league. Tony, how did you know you had something left to give in the NFL? Because I tried to play football like last week and I literally tore my PCL. So that was 4 years off and a lot of drinking in between. But, you know, I'm just curious, how did you know that you had something left to play in the NFL?
I knew I had something left when I was up scouting and I'm watching tape and I'm watching a bunch of bad play from safeties. And I'm like, oh, my God, there's no way they're signing this dude. I'm watching tape like click, click. There's no way this dude's playing. I'm like, you know what? And like, I'm watching. So as a scout, like you see the operation of the players and everything throughout the day, throughout the weeks. Like, and a lot of those guys that are playing when I was with the Ravens were my teammates. So like, I'm like, dude, like I really miss like being in this environment with them. And you know, you go down on the field, and then one game I got into it with Leonard. He's a linebacker from the Colts. Like I'm in my like little my dress. I'm like dressed up and stuff as a scout, and he's like on the field. And he's like talking crap to me, and I'm like, oh man. He's getting my hair, the hairs on the back of my neck start standing up. And so, like, I start getting these feels. And then I texted Eric Weddle, like, week 16. I was like, bro, I think I want to go back. And Eric's like, I don't know. Your days might be behind you, bro. I don't know. But he's like, look, if you feel like you can come back, then go do it. He's like, it's your life. You only live once, blah, blah, blah. So I just started working out a little bit. And so it's in the forefront of everybody's like, dang, like, what are you out here sprinting and doing stuff? And I'm just like, oh, no, I'm just trying to get back in shape. I didn't tell anybody because I didn't want to alert the front office. So my last thing I did as a scout was I went to the Senior Bowl, which is right now. I was there and I made up my mind that I was going to come back. I felt like I was in solid shape, not good enough shape, but I was in solid shape. And I went home, started training, and you know, a couple hamstring pulls later, I was back in action.
You know, it's funny you mentioned Eric Weddle. Weddle was on the show just a couple weeks ago. We were, you know, he's a friend of the show. Very happy to see him go in the College Football Hall of Fame. And, you know, he said straight out, you know, Tony's my best friend. And, you know, it's great that you guys had the relationship. You guys obviously were great teammates with the Ravens. I remember Weddle came on the show after the NFC Championship game with me, and he talked about getting ready for the Super Bowl. And he said literally he thought he almost died on the football field in the NFC Championship game. And that's not hyperbole. That's literally what he said. Like, talk about leaving it all out there. So for a guy like you who's played longer than most people play in the NFL, you know, you play a speed position. The game's extremely physical. You have money in the bank to sit there and weigh the options with the family and everything going, you know, how much do I love this game? Do I need the game? What's the purpose of coming back? As Charger fans, we're extremely happy to have you back. The relationship you had with Weddle on the field in Baltimore was amazing, but I really love the relationship that you have with Derwin James on the field. Can you talk about how you and Derwin work with each other?
It's like a match made in heaven with me and him. Uh, I think we both see the game the same way. I think we play the game the same way in a lot of ways. That dude's a freak of nature. I mean, he's like, if you've been around him, he's like 6'2" and just like yoked up, can can eat whatever he wants, and he has like a 13 pack, like it's crazy type of specimen he is. But he's obviously like he's up there with being one of my favorite teammates as well. Just every day brings the same energy. You know what you're going to get out of Derwin every day. He's the same dude. Holds guys accountable, and really, he's honestly all those things I just named are just attributes of being a great leader, and that's who he is for us. He's a heartbeat of our team, especially for our defense. And it's like I said, it's been like a match made in heaven, being able to be with him on the field and like have his energy and like us feed off each other. You know, there's sometimes it's like, hey Jeff, I need you today, and like we just having each other's back. We still have that there's only a few of us left, I think, in the league that still play with like the old school mentality. And I know that like I can count on him and lean on him to be able to go out there, go to war with him out there on the football field. Because that's really what you want at the end of the day. It's like, what brother can you look in the eye when things get tough and know he's got your back? And I know I could always depend on number 3.
Tony, the defense this past season was elite. Throughout the season, you guys were one of the top defenses in the NFL. Chargers lose Jesse Minter, but they gain Chris O'Leary. Nobody was a bigger advocate of Chris O'Leary than you. Can you talk a little bit about what he's going to bring to the Chargers?
Yeah, big ball guy. Chris O'Leary's a huge ball guy. He's all about ball. You know, it was a fantastic year in 24 when we had him. And I've said this on record. Like, I had been in the league for however long I've been in the league. I learned so much from a safety's perspective, defensive back perspective. Like, I've learned so much from Chris O'Leary, just from learning different concepts, learning ways to put yourself in position. And I knew it like a few weeks in. I'm like, oh, this dude is like real. Like, this dude is gonna like, he's got that mindset, and I think he's gonna be, you know, a DC and a head coach one day. And I said it on record, and it just comes to reality because that's who he is. He's smart, bright, brings great energy, expects excellence out of his guys, and it really pushes us and motivates us really each and every day to go out there with the right mindset. And that's really what he preaches, is like having the right mindset when you step on the field. Be intentional about what you're doing. Don't just be going through the motions. Like, and that's, bro, it's such a big thing, especially for like younger players, because, you know, you hear about the rookie wall and the young guys coming in and like, just like, oh, I'm in the league, and like, oh, well, we got walkthrough. Let me just go to walkthrough. Or we got practice. Oh man, we got practice. Like, it's about being intentional about your business. And that's how you become better every day. That's how you become a better ball player, a better teammate. It's just being intentional. And like, he really like preached that. And like, I thought it did a wonders like for our defense, because we all just started moving as a unit intentionally. So I'm really excited and happy to have Chris O'Leary as DC for the Los Angeles Chargers. I think that was a really good move.
You had the pleasure of playing for both Jim and John Harbaugh.
Yeah.
What the hell was that like? Because I love Jim Harbaugh guy, but he cracks me up at the same time. I imagine it's always entertainment.
Yeah, nah, he's so funny. And like going from John to Jim, like two kind of different personalities, but they're the same people and they preach the same thing. And the reason they preach the same thing is because they both love football. They're both all about ball. Like, everything's about football and winning. And that's really all they really care about. Like, they're just about ball. Obviously, they have their families on, but when they're in the building and around us, it's about ball. I always go to Jim like, hey, what's up, coach? And he goes, football. Like, with his little smile, bro. like that's him, bro. It's just who he is at his core. Like I love the Harbaughs. Like that was my very first. We talk about offers out of high school. That was my very first offer. Was from Harbaugh from Jim when he was at Stanford, and that was the very first school I committed to. In high school, I hated going to those camps where it was like, oh, you put on your little shirt and your shorts and you go run routes and stop this guy. I want to go to a full contact camp. And of course, who has a full contact camp? Jim Harbaugh. Of course. So me, my family, and one of my teammates, Emilio, we drove up to Palo Alto, did a full contact camp, and I was just crushing dudes. Like, I'm younger than everybody. I'm just crushing them. And, like, I just remember after the first practice, Harbaugh calls me up to his office. He's like, hey, we're offering you, bro. Like, you're what we want, blah, blah, blah. I ended up committing right away. That was my first offer. I was excited. Yeah, they're just strictly football guys. And I'm a big fan of, like, the Harbaughs.
You know, watching you go through the process when you're in high school, and you know, I'd be in the stands watching your high school practices, and to see the different teams that would show up. I've never seen anything like it. Like I've never seen it at the high school level of a star player like you. And I remember there was one day where it was like Oklahoma's out there, USC's out there, UCLA, and you name the school. There's so many head coaches in college football right there on the sideline watching. And the one day I'm thinking of, in San Diego, everyone thinks, oh, it's always warm. Well, this day was extremely cold. Like in the stands, I was freezing. And I watched every coach leave at one point to go to the car to grab a jacket or a sweatshirt, except Oklahoma's coach. Oklahoma's coach sat there in his polo shirt, short sleeves, had to be freezing his ass off. But I think he had the attitude, if I leave, he's not going to sign. And it's funny, you ended up going to Oklahoma. He was the one guy that went through it, but it was freezing that day. And watching you go through, as you said, committed to Stanford. There was some talk you might go to UCLA, might go to USC, the whole process. Now, the position you play, Tony, as far as being a safety and being a vet, training camp, I used to love how Weddle was always trash talking either the OC or Phillip Rivers. Now you got a new OC in town, Mike McDaniel, who has a big personality. You know, we love everything about him. We said he was coming to LA because he can show his ankles. He can't show his ankles in Buffalo. He came in wearing the Zoolander crazy jacket at the press conference. What the trash talking that is set to go off between you, Derwin, anyone else on defense against his offense, is it one of those things that you thought about because you know it's coming?
That's the first thing I thought about. Well, the first thing I thought about when we signed him, or when he signed, was when we played Miami, he schemed the hell out of us on one of these touchdowns. It was the touchdown I think it gave them the lead to Darren Waller in the back of the end zone. He schemed it up so bad, and like I was so mad because we pretty much, for the most part, we held them, and then they started getting like little drives going, and I can't wait to like go practice against him because I want to get him back for that. Like I can't wait. I'm telling you, I can't wait, bro. Because like what he did to that coverage, like no one else had did it, and we were even on film like, ooh, like that was pretty good. He kind of like broke our rules of this coverage. So I can't wait. I can't wait, bro. Like that was the first thing I'm like, ooh, I can't wait to go against him against practice. Because like when you're younger, I feel like when you're younger in the league, I feel like when you're practicing and doing that, you're just trying to like not mess up. You're not trying to like get in trouble by coaches on film and blah blah blah. But like once you get my age, like these training camp practices, it's like us going against the offensive coordinator. Like I view it as like game light. Like how are we going to dominate the offense today? And like it's truly those battles. Like last year, like in training camp, like we're going against G-Row. We're going against the Chargers offense. That's how I viewed it every day. It was like a game every day. So then you don't really go through the emotions of like, oh, it's training camp. Like, no. Like for me, it was like, bro, this is game day. Like I'm ready to go against Justin Herbert. If I can go against Justin Herbert and get picks and like PBUs, I can go do that against anybody in the league. So that's really how I view it. And I can't wait to be able to go against McDaniels and Herbert and whatever weapons we bring in, bring it. I can't wait.
Tony, you had a lot of great moments, the pick against the Eagles to ice the game, but this one is the one that people bring up the most. I think you know what's coming right there. Can you walk?
Yeah.
Can you walk me through this situation? Because when I'm watching on TV, I'm thinking there's no way Tony should have been ejected. I think
Yeah.
they're mad because of the hit he had on Juju a couple plays before. Can you tell me what happened here?
Yeah, so I'm not gonna lie. I came into this game with my piss hot. Like, I was like, anytime I play the Chiefs and like go against Mahomes, like mentally, I'm already like, I'm pre-game. I'm already upset because like when I played in Baltimore, they've beat us pretty much every time we played them. You know, even when I was scouting, like we were one game away from going to the Super Bowl and the AFC Championship, and the Chiefs beat us. Like I couldn't wait to get out there, and like my mindset was already like f them, and so any little thing that was happening in the game, I was on their ass pretty much the whole game, and like they were just complaining the whole game. Like the players like were just on the field like, hey, what up? Come on. Like it was just a bunch of like complaining. I'm like, bro, shut up, bro. We out here playing football and like you complaining about physicality, bro. So like that, I was already like upset about that part. And then on top of that, like I felt like the refs were just, you know, they were whatever. So I mean, once that happened, like the players started like to talk crap. Like I'm looking at Rashid Rice. I'm like, bro, I just had you in the fetal position like a few plays ago. You can't be talking trash to me right now, bro. You can't come talk trash to me. So they ended up ejecting me, and like I said, my piss was hot. They were all trying to like jump me. I don't know what they were doing, and like the fans got into it. They started like being happy that I was getting ejected, and like the birds came up. That's like I think I'm like the first player that got like the okay to be able to flip off the stage. Like, bro, people start making shirts and jackets and stuff about it. I'm like, oh my god.
You know what though, as Charger fans and the people that follow this show, you know, they like it, and I tell you why they like it, because nobody wants the reputation of being soft, you know, and you know, we have the best uniforms in the league, and you know, the powder blue, you don't think is a tough, you know, a tough color, but you know, we always tease on the show, man, I hope you guys aren't wearing yellow pants. It's hard to sit there and go at it in yellow pants. It's always that's the one thing I always push on. I go, look, if I'm in a bar and a fight breaks out, I'm fighting the guy in yellow pants first. I'm just not intimidated. But we loved the way you did in KC. We loved the trash talking with the Broncos. You do everything the fans think. And that's it's important to the fan base of, hey, this isn't the old Chargers. The Super Bowl's coming, and get ready for it. And when you sit there and you show your personality, that's the personality of the people that buy tickets, the ones that spend time following this show and being Charger fans for life, is that those guys are saying, man, I'd run through a wall if I had the ability. I just don't. So these guys that are representing me as a fan, that was exactly how the fans feel when you were at KC and the emotion came out.
Yeah, no doubt. And being from San Diego, like, I've seen it all. You know, the San Diego Superchargers that once was, like, I understand the rivalries, especially in division games. So no, I don't like the Broncos. No, I'm not happy to play the Chiefs and the Raiders. You know what that is. That was my very first NFL game, was Raiders versus Chargers. I've seen somebody like get stabbed. I know the importance, you know, of those games. So my mindset when I put that helmet on, and there's a bolt on the side of my helmet, and you know we're going into enemy territory and playing against these types of teams, like I know what it means. It's more than just a game at that point. I vividly, like, before games, like sometimes I'll post like pictures of like Junior Seau before game, because that's genuinely what I'm thinking about. Like I'm thinking about the legends, you know, that put these jerseys on before us. That's why I love wearing our alternate navy blue ones, because I feel like I'm back playing with them. So I try to bring on the intensity and the love of the game that they had, you know, when I put the uniform on.
So Tony, with the team that you've been with the past 2 years, you made the playoffs, have fallen short. What do you think needs to happen for this team to take that extra step, to take that extra leap and kind of be the Super Bowl contender that we all know is coming that they've mentioned?
Just make the plays when they're there. I think as a defense, we go into the game saying it doesn't matter what the offense does. And if we're going to say that, we got to mean it and we got to go out and do it. I thought we played solid in the playoff game against the Patriots, but we could have played better. There was a play, it was like the first drive. I personally believe I should have had an interception. It ended up being like a PBU. Henry ended up dropping it. But if I just was like a little bit faster and trusted a little bit more, I would have had an interception. So it's just little stuff like that. I think I can only speak on our side of the ball. We said it before the game, like we got to score on defense, and we didn't do it. So I think going into next season, it's still we don't care what the offense is doing. We control what we control on defense, and if our offense can't get going, shoot, we got to be the ones that pick them up. It's complementary football because there's games where we weren't at our best, but the offense was, and they had our back. So we got to have their back, and that's how winning teams are. You see it in the playoffs. You see it happen. That's what Super Bowl teams do. It's having each other's back. Okay, our offense isn't scoring right now. Let's punch the ball out, pick it up, and go score. Or let's get a pick and go score. That's how championship teams win.
You want me to go next? I'll go next. All right. I just wanted to say something to Tony because he's not going to remember this, but when I was in 8th grade, Mario, the varsity coach asked me to try out for football. I never played before. So I bring this little like plastic football I have, and nobody would play catch with me because nobody knew who I was. And Tony played catch with me. And I thought it was the coolest thing in the world because like he's the best player on the team. And it meant the world to me, Tony. I just want to say thank you for that. And I started playing football, and I ended up walking on at Bama. But I don't know if that would have ever happened if you didn't help me that one day. So I just want to say thanks, man.
No problem, bro. For sure. You made me seem like a good guy right there. Bro.
You're a good guy, man. You're a good guy, man. I'm still in the neighborhood, Tony, and everyone's so proud of you. A last thing I have for you, just a curious question, because as a broadcaster, I always ask baseball players this question. Because most baseball players, whether you're a position player or not, you pitched at some time in your life. And I'll ask guys, in center field, said, when the game's not going your way, how many times have you sat there and said, man, just put me in to pitch one inning? I can get us out of this. You as a former running back, I loved watching you run the ball more than I loved watching you play defense in high school. You ever sit there and go, man, I'd like a couple carries? Or you go, no, I'm done with the days of thinking I can carry the ball.
Nah, that'll never leave as long as I'm playing. I asked Giro in the preseason if I can get like 5 carries, and like for a second he was like okay with like thinking about it. He was like, because what's crazy is sometimes we'll show highlights, like a player will show their players' high school highlights, and one day they showed my high school highlights against Hilltop where I hurdled over the guy.
Yep.
And everybody's like, what? That was you, TJ? Oh, you might know something with that ball in your hand. I keep trying to tell people, like, bro, if I just it's going to happen this year too. Like, I promise you this year, I'm going to get the rock and I'm going to be able to get a return. I have not been able to, like, really showcase what I can do with the ball in my hand. Like, all these damn tip balls. And I'm like diving in the ground. Like, this year's going to be the year. So I know for a fact, like, if I were to get some carries, like, I would open up a lot of people's eyes and they would see, like, okay, he's not the fastest, but this dude has instincts and this dude has vision. And I think that's what it was for me. Even in high school, I wasn't the fastest, but I had instincts. I knew what was coming before it happened as far as like movements from defenders. And I think that helps me as a defensive player, especially when I'm in the box and I'm blitzing and like I see a gap, like I know how to like manipulate the old line and stuff. And like, I don't know if you watch like towards the end of the year, Jesse started blitzing me more. He started like blitzing me at night. I'm like, thank God. Like that's been my strength, really since I got in the league. And when I got paid from Arizona, like I think I still have the TFL record for the Cardinals for a safety because I'm pretty good close to the box. And like I went to Baltimore and I never played in the box. Like I just haven't been able to do that, and that's really a strength of mine. So hopefully going into next year, Chris O'Leary, if Joe signs me back, gives me a little bread, but yeah. So
He has to make it right. We've already played GM on the show a bunch of times, and number one is we got to have Tony Jefferson back. Tony, we can't thank you enough for your time. It means a lot to us. I mean, we're lucky enough to have different guests on here and there, but for you, your family to us. I mean, you know, I've watched you in Little League. I mean, it's crazy to see the journey your life has taken, and so proud. You know, as people in the chat, you know, are happy that you're loyal to the 619. You know, on this show, we got split fans. I'm a huge Dodger fan. Josh is a Padre fan, and I give you a lot of credit. It must not be easy being a Padre fan in LA because you support the Padres like crazy. No. And those people probably want to strangle you for it. But man, you stay loyal to your team.
Yeah, I definitely will. Never ever going against the Padres.
There you go, Tony. Thank you so much, man. Hope we get a chance to talk to you again. And best of luck to you in this offseason. Appreciate your time. We can't thank you enough.
Yep. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Let me know if you guys want me back on. I'll hop on, bro.
Oh, anytime. You just said the wrong words.
Thanks, Tony. Yeah.
Let me know. All right, y'all.
Thank you, Tony. That right there is Tony Jefferson, safety from the Los Angeles Chargers. And it took a little bit to get him on, but man, it was awesome having him on. And he's the same guy, Josh. He's the same guy he's always been, right? I mean, there's nothing about him that's changed since he was 10 years old.
Tony's the exact same person. The thing is, Mario, he plays the same way. Like the way he talks to his teammates, like he's a fan favorite, but also his teammates love him. He was that way when he was a kid. So Dave and I are super proud of him. Even though he's older than me, I'm proud of him, you know, because we watched him ever since he was in high school and whatnot. So Tony being on the Chargers is everything for San Diego. So I'm happy as a fan, but I'm also happy as somebody that's known Tony for a long time that he can do this. As Charger fans, we want him back. Like Dave said, you know, let's bring him back. Let's bring him back on the team, not just because of the play on the field, Mario, but because of the person he is in the locker room too.
I mean, you could tell the type of person he was when we asked him about what does this team need to do to take the next step. And he literally calls himself out. He goes, I could have done this better. I could have, you know, made this play. And you're like, the defense played lights out. You know, to all of us, you know, we're like, the defense played great. Like, you played great. So it goes to show you the type of character he is, the type of special person he is, that with that question, he goes, well, you know, I got to start with myself, and then goes with the defense. It doesn't point blame on anyone. So, Dave, that's a guy you need in your locker room. That's a guy that you need for your culture. And there's no one I want more in the Charger Blue than him next year.
Yeah, it's one of those, as you said, the heartbeat, right? The heartbeat of a team, the culture that you talk about, that you want him back. He's, you know, obviously extremely talented. Look, here's the interesting thing when we talked about the recruiting, because again, I'd never seen high school recruiting at that level. And Josh can tell you, when he would get letters, I'm not joking, Tennessee, Notre Dame, dude, he wouldn't even open them. He just throw them in the trash or on the floor, like drop them where he was. Imagine getting a letter from Notre Dame and just not even open it. Like, it's not even a consideration. And there's so many people that wanted him. So, you know, the one thing is, and I'll ask him privately this question, I don't want to put him on the spot with Oklahoma. Oklahoma did him wrong. Okay. He goes to Oklahoma. The guy's an All-American, starts as a freshman. All right. As an All-American freshman safety. And then one of the assistant coaches at Oklahoma rat fucked him during the NFL interviews. And that's why he wasn't drafted. The guy was a starter every single year in one of the top programs, but Tony's still loyal to the program, you know, but all the talk was Tony was getting drafted pretty high. And if you could go back and redo NFL drafts for that year, Tony's getting drafted pretty high. A guy stays in the league this long, he's getting drafted pretty high. You can do that with every draft. You go to even Derwin James, who should have never been a Charger for where the Chargers pick. What did he pick, 16 or 17 that year, like we always do? Derwin James should have been a top 10 pick. Anyone who watched Derwin James at Florida State, you go, this guy is one of the best players in the league. Guys miss, GMs miss. They missed on the draft with him. Ended up costing him a ton of money because one guy had to be a punk about him on the way out of Oklahoma. Whatever the situation was, the guy's a tremendous player. So the average NFL player doesn't play that long. That guy has played 5 times longer than the average NFL player, and here he is still doing good things. And for me, the thing that stood out this year, why I was super impressed, it wasn't even a good play. It was the game Josh and I went to against the Texans. If you recall, the Texans scored 14 points like that. Do you remember that on the deep balls? And the corner got smoked. Everyone's going, what's he doing? What's he doing? Boom, boom, boom. And Tony stepped up and goes, that wasn't on him. That was on me. I was in the wrong coverage. I didn't get to where I needed to be. Everyone's sitting there ripping him. Dude, that's maturity. A lot of guys would have gone the other way and said, dude, I don't want to let everyone know that I messed up. Maybe the people in the locker room know, but I don't need to let people outside the locker room know that was on me. He was the first guy to step up and go, that was me. Those points were on me because I was in the wrong spot. So get off his back. He was in the right coverage. I was in the wrong coverage. That's maturity right there. That's being a leader.
I mean, just because you're not Derwin James doesn't mean you can't be the leader, right? Like Tony's proven that. Like he's not the guy that's a household name, but Tony's definitely one of the leaders of the defense and the team. And you need guys like that on your team. They need to be the guys that hold the locker room together. He's somebody that people listen to, obviously. Chris O'Leary, I know that's the next topic for you, Mario, being the DC. He was the safeties coach with the Chargers in 2024. Tony's the one that said this guy would be an awesome DC one day and eventually a head coach. Tony kind of called his shot. I don't know how much Tony had to do with him being the DC, but you see Derwin James is really happy about it. Elijah Molden's really happy about it. A number of Charger players are ecstatic about this hire. People like us and people on the show, we don't know a lot about Chris O'Leary, but when somebody like Derwin James and Tony say that this is the right guy for the job, I believe him.
I did too, and it makes sense because he's still in this Jesse Minter coaching tree, which they clearly wanted to stay inside of and not go get someone outside of it. And when you see this reaction from the players, and it's not just, I really liked him as a person, but you hear them preach about his football IQ, how well he knew the defense, how well he got Molden up to speed, how well he worked with Jefferson, how he kind of turned around Derwin James and made him an all-pro type of player his first year with the Chargers. I mean, it's like a Rolodex of good stories, Dave, that you hear about this guy. We'll see. Time will tell if this is truly a great move, but, on January 30th with not a lot of proof to it, I feel like it's a very solid move, and I feel like it was a solid coordinator to go out and get. And now, we look forward to the draft, and we look forward to see what they can kind of do in that and free agency.
Yeah, again, you're bringing a face, a voice in that the guys are familiar with and comfortable with. I think he had to, right? When you have a defense that works, you don't go completely 180. You got to sit there and go with someone that the guys are going to trust, and they trust him. I think it was a good hire. I'm glad it wasn't someone that the players were going, man, I've heard some bad things because I've called some guys around the league, and not everybody's all in. Everybody's going to be all in because they know what it's like to be with him just 2 years ago. So you don't skip a beat, basically, on the part of the team we were most impressed with, and that was the defense. We're in better shape right now, guys, going into 2026 than we were going into 2025. I mean, there wasn't one of us that said, man, I'm all fine with Roman coming back. We're good. No, we aren't good. There's only one guy that was good in the locker room. It was Roman. That was it. And so the fact that we're pumped up about our offensive coordinator and our defensive coordinator, hopefully it's seamless and we're good to go. And hopefully health being on our side. Look, there's a lot of things that should go the Chargers' way that they should be a favorite to get back to the Super Bowl next year.
Yeah, definitely. And we're going to talk a lot more about Chris O'Leary and the defense. We have a number of comments, and I recognize right now a lot of these comments, Mario, are questions to Tony. I apologize. We weren't able to get these to Tony, but we're going to answer them as if we are Tony. How about, Dave, you act like you're Tony, okay? And I'll ask you these questions.
Yeah.
First of all, I gotta point this out because before Mario says it, okay? Look, I got a different computer than I normally use. The camera's a little bit different. I know I look blue like the girl from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I don't know how to change the setting. I think this is the new me, okay? So if you want to say it's Charger blue or Dodger blue, whatever you want, I got a blue haze. I don't know. It looks like I did say that goddamn blueberry thing. I'm stuck. Okay.
New year, new blue, new you.
new blue. I can't shake it. I pushed every button there possibly is. This is it. I'm blue.
All right, here we go.
Also, can I defend you really quick, Josh?
Yeah.
In the past 3 shows, Josh did say, tweet, hashtag ask Tony to get your question asked. We did say that. And
it's amazing how many people can't follow directions. It's amazing how many people cannot follow directions. They reply to the tweet, hey, Tony, but not ask Tony. I'm like, God dang it, follow directions. So it's like to be a 5th grade teacher. Here we go. So Dave is going to role play. He's going to be Tony Jefferson.
Okay.
Come on. Just ask. Let's answer the questions like you're Tony. All right. Sin City Bolts, whatever. $5. Hey, y'all. It's Lucas, formerly YG's Reaper, at work right now, listening. But Tony, if you could put any teammate on this team, who would it be? Put any teammate on this team. So any teammate Tony's ever had. Which teammate, Tony, would you want on this team?
Okay. So, Lucas, appreciate you being a fan of the show, taking time to listen to the best podcast out there, Bulk Crew Podcast. Thanks for the question. Here's the deal. My favorite teammate of all time is Eric Weddle, but right now I have Derwin James there, so I can't obviously have another safety. You don't have a team that has 3 safeties on it at one time. So, Eric Weddle, I know, is his favorite teammate of all time.
All right, cool. Thanks, Tony. Next one, AK. Hi, Tony. This is AK. Glad to be your question. Please first ask what makes Derwin a very special player, which we did get to that. And second, how does it feel to play with him? Thanks, brother. I think he answered both those questions, Tony. Did you answer that earlier?
Yeah, I'll answer it. Hey, AK, appreciate the comment again. Again, thanks for taking time this afternoon to listen to the best podcast out there, Bulk Crew Podcast with Dave, Josh, and Mario. First question, why are you writing in all caps? Don't yell at me. And 2, the thing that makes Derwin James great is that he plays every game like it's his last. The game of football is important to him. He's a very physical, and most importantly, he's a very smart, one of the best, most underrated players in the league. Thank you, AK.
Thanks, Tony. Here's the next one.
Could you imagine if we had Tony read one of AK's questions? He'd be like, "What? Yeah, we know."
Sean Bergen, 199, says, what's good, T. Jeff?
What's good, T. Jeff?
What's good? The offseason's good. Golf game. Been working on the golf game. Appreciate the question. Again, thanks so much for listening to the #1 Charger podcast. Thanks for taking your time and appreciate the 199. Don't be a cheap ass next time, but everything's good, especially the golf game.
Thanks, Tony.
That's not me. That's Tony. That's not me.
Yeah,
I'm sorry for that.
Totally not you. You would never do that. Young West, $2 says, we love you, Unk.
Oh, that's very sweet. Thanks, Young West. Appreciate you being a regular as well. Again, Bulk Crew Podcast, always supporting my guys, Dave, Josh, and Mario. I thought Dave was the unk on this show, but I'll take it. Thank you.
Sean Bergen says, T. Jeff, 199. You back in 2026?
I am if Joe Ortiz gets his head out of his ass, that's for sure. To me, it's a no-brainer. At 4 interceptions, that's 4 more than the entire New York Jets team. So what's he waiting for? And again, why is the H silent in Ortiz? Anyway, that's between him and I. We'll talk about that later. Appreciate supporting the show. Bulk Crew Podcast forever, boys.
Amy O, 499 says, Tony J, insane season. I'm now a super fan. Your comeback is special. The fire you played with is epic.
That's very nice, Amy. Appreciate it. Yeah, I've always played the game with passion and looking forward to 2026. Really want to be part of this. And what's up with that picture in the corner there? What are you looking at, hot stuff? Appreciate it,
Whoa.
Amy. Thanks for it's not me. That's Tony. Again, thank you for listening to my guys, Dave, Josh, and Mario. You'll be a regular.
Hey, Tony said he's good in the box.
Jesus.
Tony's
Manny Enzo.
Family, dude.
I had a line I wanted to say so badly. I'm like, oh, Tony, all 3 of us are not bad in the box. And
Oh
I
my
was like,
God.
I
Oh my
don't
God.
know
Oh
if I
my
can
God.
say
He would
that.
have liked that. He would have liked it. Manny Enzo, 199 says, TJ, Chula Vista native right here, 619. Let's fucking go.
Absolutely, man. Let me tell you something, Manny. I'm still going as Tony. Manny, appreciate the comment. Damn right, Chula Vista 619. I will say this, man. One thing about Charger football: when they were in San Diego, anyone who had a pickup truck had that lightning bolt going across that back window. You never see anything like it. I'm telling you, the city of Chula Vista supported the Chargers better than anyone, not even close, anyone in San Diego County. All you North County people afraid to put something nice on your Bentleys, whatever. The people in Chula Vista weren't. They're putting bolts everywhere. Okay. And you go and you see the maniacs in the crowd and the maniacs in the parking lot before the game. They were from Chula Vista. They're all from Tony's area. I'm telling you. Appreciate you supporting Chula Vista and, of course, supporting this show, the Bulk Crew Podcast. Makes me feel at home. Thank you.
Chula Vista or die.
Yeah, exactly.
Pricks.
All right. Sean Bergen 999 says, Tony, if you're going to be in LA for a few minutes, check out the LA rugby team on the time that you have. I have a homie who plays in the pro league, and having other pro players there would be huge for rugby in the US.
John, appreciate the support. Of course, always supporting all the LA teams, and good luck to those guys. But I play a real sport. It's called the NFL. Shows up on Sundays and Mondays and sometimes Thursdays. But Shawnee, you go ahead and enjoy your rugby team. I'm sure those guys are great. But the NFL's where it's at. Appreciate it.
That wasn't very nice.
Sorry,
Tony.
that was Tony. That wasn't nice. That wasn't nice.
Yeah,
Come on,
jeez.
Tony. All right. Manny Enzo
Sean's
says,
one of the favorites.
Dude, I told you guys this wasn't a good idea.
No,
It
no,
hurts my
last one.
feelings.
Last one. Manny Enzo 199 says, happy birthday, twin. I turned 40 on the 27th.
All right, man. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the birthday wishes. That's right. I did have a birthday just the other day. And even though I'm a little bit older, I still have 2 years left in this NFL body. So if you want to call us twins, that's fine. I don't know any twins that were born 7 years apart, but if that's what you want to say, that's fine too. So happy birthday to you, Manny. And appreciate the support of my guys, Dave, Josh, and Mario on the best Charger podcast out there, the Bulk Crew podcast.
Number one.
All right, literally last one. Here we go. Sep Nazari, $20 says, TJ, sorry, I got to click on it. TJ, great story. You are making us San Diegans proud. Hope you retire as a Charger and become a coach here.
Oh, that sounds fantastic. Look, right now I make my home in San Diego. I don't know what the future is for me, but at the same time, I love being a Charger. I want to resign. I've said it all along. If I'm not with the Chargers in 2026, trust me, it wasn't on my end. It means someone in the front office dropped the ball. And if that's the case, then I got a lot to say. We can start with basically Joe Ortiz, who not only didn't sign me for the 2026 season, but we could talk about how he slept through the entire free agent class last year. I don't know how that guy keeps his job. That being said, if he signs me, all's forgiven. Let's go Chargers 2026 and let's get to Super Bowl 61.
All right, I think you're done being Tony. Next one comes from SoCal Dan.
Amy, I gotta apologize to you especially. Sorry, Amy. Didn't mean to call you out.
Phenomenal stuff.
That was great.
So SoCal Dan 499 says bolt up. Probably to Tony as well, but bolt up. Thank you for your comment. Next one is $5 says from Sin City. $5 says, so you're going to try to make it to one home game next year, including the Rams. Which one should I go to, or which ones y'all plan on going to? So Mario is the wild card in this scenario, Sin City. He lives in Chicago. I live in San Diego for like 33% of the year. So you tell us which game you want to go to. We're not going to the Rams game. We're going to the Chargers game. So you tell
I'm
us
not doing the Rams game.
which Chargers game you want to go to, and we'll work around your schedule. Okay?
Yeah. We'll get that down and hammered, and then I'll be hammered at the Thunder Alley.
Okay, so here's the deal. We have the schedule out. We just don't have the dates with it yet. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and Mario, I know family is really important to you, so you probably wouldn't make a trip out here for Thanksgiving, but we do serve Italian food at Thanksgiving or Thanksgiving to make you feel at home. Here are the home games for people who want
Lisa
to know.
Heron will fly with me to stab you if I did that.
Well, don't bring her then. All right. Here are the home games, just so you know, Mario, if any of them sound appetizing. Jets, 49ers, Cardinals, Patriots, Texans, and then, of course, Raiders, Broncos, Chiefs.
Honestly, I want to try Niners because I want to see Niner fans.
Oh, my God, dude. Okay,
Tickets
I'm
are
not,
through the roof.
not even going to lie on that. The Niner fans are the
that's-
worst. The Niner fans are the worst, man. Those guys, they just number one, Charger fans, I hate to say it, I don't blame you because everybody seems to do it. Maybe they just pay a ton of money. They have all their Google money or Apple money. Dude, they fill up all these the stadiums, but then, dude, nobody fights more than the Niner fans. Like, it's a miserable experience with those jerks.
So
They haven't done anything.
we'll go Cardinals because that's an easy dub too.
I don't think that's going to feel like a real game. I say stay away from the Cardinal game. Okay.
Okay.
Come on, that's a cakewalk game. New York, the Jets might be fun because you're going to get that win, but also you're going to see all those sad sacks that used to live in New York
True.
and now live in LA that still say they're Jets fans. I mean, those people are sadder than anything. The Jets might be the fun one.
And they still talk a lot of crap for no
Yeah.
reason. So they still
Yeah.
kind of bring a weird cockiness that doesn't make sense.
Fireman Ed with that stupid hat. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. This is not going to go well. It's from B.
Okay.
Hannon. $2 says, Dave, are you a fan of Matt Money Smith?
Okay, B. Hannon, here's the deal. I don't know him. I know a lot of people in the media. Number one, I'm not a fan of anyone who gives themselves their own nickname. Okay. And that's ridiculous. Okay. And if he says he didn't give himself his own nickname, he's lying. somewhere down the line, someone said, "Call me money." I mean, it's ridiculous. Okay. I'm gonna be honest as can be. I think, dude, I don't know. He does a sports show in LA. He's very successful. Mario makes a ton of money. Good for him. He figured out a way to do it. Okay. There's nothing against his career, nothing against his talk show, because I don't hear his talk show down where I'm at. Dude, I can't stand him as a play-by-play announcer of the Chargers. Honestly, I think he's right there as the worst ever. And when they moved to LA, they hired him because he was a big name in LA. Dude, I never know how much time's left on the clock. I never know what direction they're going, which is weird because I like to hear it. I like to hear going north to south on your radio. I like to picture everything in my mind when I'm in the car listening to a game. If I'm stuck in the car listening to a game, I want to picture it. You're supposed to paint a picture for me. And man, to be less than 5 minutes remaining in the game and not tell me how much time is left, it drives me out of my mind. It just does. And whatever's the relationship he has with the Spanos family, fine. But to me, the best to ever do it is right there available in LA. He still does UCLA sports. Josh Lewin was enthusiastic and he was great at what he did. And I said, bring Josh Lewin back. I'm a Josh Lewin fan.
Josh Lewin was great. I like Josh Lewin.
Josh Lewin and Nick Hardwick, I thought were the best. Daniel Jeremiah is not bad, but Nick Hardwick was outstanding. Now, he's obviously not going to do it anymore because he's on the sideline. But those two guys I thought were the two best I ever heard.
I like this one right here. Sin City, $5 says, Chris O'Leary's last job, he took West Michigan from the 109th overall defense to number 9 in the NCAA. We'll maintain our defense while getting our beast offense back, or getting a beast offense. Super Bowl, here we come. I like the optimism. I don't know anything about Chris O'Leary. Nobody really knows anything about Chris O'Leary other than the players. I'm excited to learn more about him. And the mic'd up the Chargers shared Mario the other day, he seems like a great coach.
Yeah, he does. And he, comes from Notre Dame too as well. Been with the Chargers familiarity. Like the Western Michigan stuff's very, is a confidence builder too. I'm excited for it. Let's go a little bit. I'm just happy it's not who's the guy that they interviewed, or from the Ravens, the defensive coordinator. I was really nervous to go with him. So I'm very happy they kind of stayed in the house a little bit.
Yep. Here we go. AK in all caps, 499 says, I learned my lesson from Tuesday's show. Mario was horrible reading our super chat. Remind me of Ortiz last offseason, but we love you, Mario. Laugh my ass off.
True. I was not good. Not good at all.
I thought
I'll
you
be
were
honest with you. Got a little dyslexia in me.
Dude, I thought you were fine. Dude, I thought you were fine. I honestly, I called Josh and told him you did a much better job than I expected. Put it that way. Because, dude, even if I had my glasses on, I wouldn't have done what you did. I thought you were very good at it. I'm not joking.
And then the best part is us talking about Dan Jackson's boobs for.
Yeah, that went off the rails. Everything. The show always goes off the rails somewhere.
Elliot Felix, 1999 says, you guys are the best. If Joe Ortiz doesn't bring back TJ, that's a major mistake. You can't put a price tag on his leadership. Couldn't agree more.
Me too.
It's great.
Very, very generous with the 1999, by the way. Appreciate that. Yeah, all three of us agree with that, right, Mario? Like, if Tony wasn't here, you'd be, how do we fill that hole, right?
Yeah, well, you're not going to. With a guy like Tony, you're not going to be able to find a guy that can match his leadership, match the love that he gets inside that locker room. And picture this, guys. If we don't have Jefferson or Mack in there, I have a lot less confidence in this defense.
I thought you were going to go that direction, Mario, with him. I thought you were going to ask him about Khalil Mack.
I had it. It was a late right, and then I was like, I don't know. And then like timing wise, like we're keeping him for a long time. I was like, oh, screw it. And he said he'll come back on again. So next time I'm gonna have like 8 questions about Mac. And that's for his phone number.
Next one comes from my coaches are acoustic, $2. Says, hi Tony, why is Bradley the terrorist Boseman still not cut?
There's plenty of time. I mean, god dang, it's January. Yeah. There's plenty. He's not going to be back. Nobody lose any sleep on this. Okay. I promise he's not going to be back. He's not going to be back.
Sean Bergen, 199 says, JFC Dave, I was just trying to throw love to my boy.
Dude, I'm so sorry, man. I'm sorry. And I'm really grateful Angie didn't throw one in because she probably would have been offended right now too. I was just teasing. I was just playing if I was Tony. Sorry. I got out of control there. I apologize for that.
You got into character. You forgot who you were.
I did. I got into complete character. I was like Christian Bale. You know, until Batman's over, I'm going to be Batman.
All right, the last one we have as of now, Roberto Castellon 199 says, Dave, if I go to Dodgers Stadium, should I drive?
Yes, that there's too much. People are too scared about that. I'm telling you right now. Number one, man, Dodger Stadium is the baseball park outside of when I work covering the pods. I've been to the most as a fan, as a baseball fan. Dodger Stadium's number one. It's not as hard to get out as people say. You got to figure out where you're going to park towards whatever exit you want to leave. Don't be that guy that has to, number one, think after you get in, oh man, maybe I should have set up where I could just drive out instead of thinking you're going to back out into a line of traffic. Dude, you're going to be stuck for 2 hours. But if you figure it out right, it's not terrible. Okay, it's not bad at all. I'm telling you, it's a good time. If people want to bring up, oh, there's violence, I've never seen violence at Dodger Stadium. Been going to games for years. Not saying it doesn't happen. And there's, of course, a horrible incident with the Giants fan. I didn't witness it. But in all the times I went, I always had a really good time. People like Mario or Josh would probably go to Dodger Stadium and go, oh, this park is old, and there are nicer ones out there. There are plenty of them nicer out there. The deal is you walk into Dodger Stadium and you go, that's where Kirk Gibson hit his home run. That's where Freddie Freeman hit his home run. That's where the Dodgers won the 18-inning game. There's so much history there. Sandy Koufax, all that stuff. And if you're a Padre fan, and Petco Park, I will say, is probably the nicest ballpark in all of baseball. There's no history there. Nothing's ever happened there that you can go, there's the famous memory. That's what makes baseball great. So, yes, you should drive and don't be afraid. Enjoy it. Get yourself a couple Dodger dogs.
Oh. What's the difference between a Dodge dog and a regular dog?
I don't know. They're called Dodger dogs. I mean, you could buy them in the gutting store, but it's not the same. A regular hot dog doesn't cost freaking $9. I don't know. But it's just one of those things of getting the Dodger dog. When I was a kid, Mario, we got two things. We got the Dodger dogs, and you got the chocolate malt with this wooden spoon. You just had to eat, and you just ate the ice cream.
That's actually incredible.
And that's like all they offered. Now they have everything. They have every restaurant in there you can think of. You name it. You can get sushi, you get everything. But that's not baseball. I would never get sushi at a baseball game. I go to a baseball game, I want to eat baseball food. I'm a traditionalist that way. That's the way it goes. Now, here you go. I got a good story for you, all right? Talking about food at a game. My sister, I told you back in the day when I was in high school, I had Raider season tickets because it was closest to my house, okay? And so Bo Jackson was playing Marcus Allen. And my sister's boyfriend took me to a game. He was 4 years older than me. The guy's in law school at UCLA. And this guy's obviously didn't want to take me. He's taking me to try and get my sister's pants. That's why he took me to the game. But so either way, come on, let's be honest. You think he wants to take some
I agree. I agree with
to
you.
a football game? He don't want to go, but he had to go. So they're playing the Chicago Bears, ironically. Okay. It's hot as hell early in the season. And he has his head back, his arms crossed like this. And his eyes are closed, and the guy right behind him, we're row 15, guy right behind him, he asked for a kulaku. Now, kulaku is like a round ice cream sandwich, kind of like a chipwich. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Basically, it's a rock when it comes out of the freezer, okay? And the guy behind goes, hey, chipwich up here, or whatever he asked for. Kulaku up here, snaps his fingers. And that guy rifled that thing right at him, completely missed, smoked the guy was with, square in the nuts. The guy just, oh my God, out of a dead sleep, gets smoked in the nuts with a rock and just starts throwing up in his seat. And we had to go home early. But I was like, you don't want to be here anyway. Let's just cut our loss and go home. So the guy, that was entertaining. Never forgot it. Years and years ago. The guy took a rock basically right to the nuts. Hope he's doing okay. I think it was the last time I ever saw him.
I was about to say, how long did you date your sister for?
I think that was about it. I think he found a reason to cut ties. Yeah.
Oh, that's so brutal.
AK499 says, Mario, I love you, my bro. I pick on you because you support the Bears too much, and doing the Charger show is not fair for us.
Mario's a Charger fan. To defend Mario, sorry, Mario, I'm going to cut you off here. You can defend yourself all you want. Do you think we'd really do a show with a guy that wasn't a Charger fan, AK? It was like one of the first things Josh and I talked about with him was like, how did you become a Charger fan? He explained it on the show before. Being in Indianapolis, he hated the Colts. I kind of respect it. In the city he lived in, he hated that team. He was a Charger guy through and through. Mario works in Chicago for ESPN. Guess what the number one team in all of Chicago is? It's not the Cubs. It's not the Black Hawks. I'd be careful every time. And it's not the Bulls. It's the goddamn Chicago Bears. So the fact he makes a living working around the Chicago Bears, don't punish Mario for that. He's a Charger fan.
Yeah, we're also the flagship station for the Bears, so there's that too. And if anyone does have a problem with that, you can cry me a river so I can take a shit in it.
Okay, Jesus.
All right, here we go. Here's the last one. It's for Dave. $5
boy.
from Sin City. Dave, rant of the day.
All right, god dang. I was going to give you a rant anyway. I appreciate the $5, but look, here's the deal, man. On Tuesday, as we get ready for the Super Bowl, you're going to see the media day. Are you guys fans of the media day where all the players get like their own podium and they're all interviewed? Are you guys fan of that? Does it run its course?
It's run its course for me.
Me too.
Every player's too media trained now. You know, like a lot of these guys, they've been in the spotlight since they were 16, so they don't give you.
I'm talking about the goofball questions. I'm not talking about real media guys. I'm not talking about guys who follow the NFL. I'm talking about people that have a TikTok channel that get a pass, a credential to ask a ridiculous question.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't care anymore about that.
Yeah, right. There's nothing to it. It's a big waste of time. My rant is it's old. It's run its course. It's like a joke that people have told too many times. It's like, people respond to on your phone. You're going, okay, I got it. Right. If anyone sends you an LOL at this point, you're like, Jesus, dude, enough with the LOLs. Aren't we past that? We're past it with Media Day on Tuesdays. It goes too far. It's a big waste of time. The players hate it. I think fans like us who are football fans hate it. We aren't interested in it. The one I remember is back here in San Diego, 2002 season, 2003 Super Bowl. It was the Raiders against the Buccaneers. And Reggie Bush hadn't played even, I think, at SC at this time. More people were going up to Reggie Bush, who didn't have his own podium. He was just sitting there like front row in the stands, just watching. Everybody knew who Reggie Bush was. All the players knew, all the media people knew because of that YouTube highlight film he has. And that was kind of wild to watch, that you have star players who are playing in the game and people aren't talking to them. But this high school kid standing over here, so many people wanted to talk to him, including the players. So that was pretty cool. My rant is, hey, let's relax with the Tuesday thing. It's insane. It's a big waste of time. It's not entertaining anymore. It's embarrassing, I think, for the league, who usually does almost everything right outside the officials to basically put on a great show.
There you go. Solid rant.
Yeah.
One more question. Comes from M3 Franco. $5 says, any chance Boseman switches to guard? I know they tried, but maybe it was more Zion not fitting at center. I'd hate him,
guard,
but I
like
love
security
him.
guard in front of the blockbuster. Dude, you had your effing mind. Why do you think he'd be better at guard? Dude, what? Take it easy, Paul Blart. We don't need Boseman back in a Charger uniform.
Take it easy.
Honest to God, like Boseman is a good person. Like, I know him on a personal level. I really believe, Mario, if the Chargers bring him back, the fans are going to lose their absolute mind on this situation. Like, he can't be on the team anymore because the fans have just revolted against him. Like, he is the most hated player on the team. And I don't think he's not trying. I think he's busting his ass.
Yes.
Like, I don't think he's not like taking plays off. I think Becton was taking plays off. I don't think Boseman was taking plays off.
He's given you his all, and his all is not good enough. So why keep him around?
Dude,
it's a spot that needs to be filled, and it shouldn't be him.
Yeah, Josh's right. Good guy. But you know what? He's that kid at the beach that gets knocked over by the wave. That's Boseman, right? You just go out there, look at that 5-year-old guy taken out by the wave. I've seen that play 100 times. It's called watching Charger football on a Sunday. I mean, good God, if that 5-year-old was wearing a 75 jersey, he would go, look who it is, right? I mean, dude, he's doing the best he can. He just can't do it.
Sad way to end the show. I don't like ending the show on a bad note like that.
Yeah, let's do little, I don't know, Super Bowl parties. So we had one rule, the commercials. What's another rule we have for Super Bowl parties, guys?
Don't have too many people at your Super Bowl party. Okay.
Yeah.
I think the limit you can have at a Super Bowl party is 15. Okay. Because not many people have rooms big enough for more than 15 people where everybody can be comfortable and you can actually watch the game. Once you have like 15 plus people, 20 people, you got people walking in front of the TV, you got people having sidebar conversations. You can't watch the game the way that you'd want to watch the game. And if you're with a bunch of people that don't want to watch the game, you're with the wrong group of people. That's my opinion.
Move out of the way.
I would
by the
even
way.
go lower. I'd be like 6.
Yeah, if you're at what I mean is, if you're at a party, because there are a lot of people there that don't have interest in the game, Move to the back of the room. Don't take up a good seat or a good spot. Like, dude, I've been stuck sitting right next to the goddamn fireplace with the TV over here, and I'm doing this move the whole time. And I'm like, this sucks. Like, why did I come? Like, I appreciate the invite, but this sucks. I got Alice over here and the goddamn lazy boy right in front of the TV. She doesn't give a rat's ass what's about to happen. This means everything to me. You know?
I remember last year I was at a 1-year-old's birthday party, and I didn't know the mom, and I didn't know the mom's family. And that was a very weird obstacle to try to like navigate. Like, I knew the father well. I met his parents a handful of times. But then I was just like, this is kind of, I just sat on a couch and had like 8 beers and was dishing out some jokes that kind of crossed the line a little bit.
Really?
And it, yeah.
Shocker.
You crossed the line in our group chat, just talking to Josh and me.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other day.
Yeah. Yesterday.
Right. That was funny.
Right.
I was waiting to use that joke too. I had that in the pocket for a while.
Oh my God.
Josh laughed at it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
All right, here's my Super Bowl party thing too. Let's take it on the layers. Take it easy on the layers of dip. Like, what are we trying to outdo each other? You know, I got Cindy walking in with the 5-layer dip. I go, okay, at least I can put a chip in and figure out what the hell's in here. I don't need you walking in with a 17-layer dip thinking everyone's going to write a goddamn blog on it. Let's calm the F down with your layers of dip. You guys are out of control. You can just go bean, sour cream, and cheese, and we're fine. But when I don't know what the hell's this, what's this? What's in here? I don't even know. Marshmallows? Is this marshmallows? What the F's in your layers of dip? Calm down. Nobody gives a rat's ass. We're watching the game. We're just putting our chip in.
And don't explain to me how to make it. I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
I'm eating it.
I'm sorry.
You know what I mean?
We put someone who asked. Sorry.
Yeah, I hate. There's nothing I can't say. Oh, it's really good. Oh, well, there's cheese in there, and then there's sour cream. It's like, yeah, I could taste all of it. It's in my mouth. I could taste all the ingredients. I appreciate it. I never want to make it because I'm not a cook. Thank you. I'm gonna walk away now. It's another pet peeve.
I was waiting for you to make it so I could eat it. Don't tell me how to make it. That's not my job.
Yeah.
I'm the guy that eats your food.
I got there's one question on the side here. I know it wasn't paid for. Hold on one second. It was Dave, who's the worst person you worked with in radio? Almost all of them. I'll be honest with you. It's a horrible business. Okay. And Mario will tell you, it's in it right now. Radio is the only business where they stab you in the front. It's a terrible business. And Josh can tell you, as someone who grew up in the house, how many of the people I worked with did I invite to our house? Hardly any. Yeah. It says a lot. Some of them were great, but usually they're the behind the scenes people. Most radio personalities, not the kind of guys you'd want to hang out with. They weren't. They're egomaniacs, not good guys. They stab you in the back the second they get a chance. Most of them are too scared to say anything to your face. I could write you a whole list. I'll go in the book when I have nothing to lose, basically. But I could sit there and tell you everything about everyone. I worked with Rick Dees once. You know Rick Dees, Mario?
These nuts in your mouth?
Yeah, I knew it. I knew you'd go that way.
Oh, Rick I thought Dees that was a joke. I thought you were actually trying to get me on a
Rick
joke.
Dees was super famous, okay? He used to do America's Top 40 before Ryan Seacrest stole his job. And so Rick had a popular morning show in LA, Kiss FM 102.7, and the show was successful. He had a show in this song in the 70s called Disco Duck, one of the worst songs of all time. If you want to listen to it on Spotify, you're gonna go, what? The song was popular, terrible. Anyway, Rick Dees was fine. I used to listen to him getting dressed for school in high school till I discovered Mark and Brian, then Howard Stern. And I had a chance to work with him in radio back in 97. And you'd get in the elevator with Rick, who didn't obviously play the songs. As he's counting back from 40, he would just do his intros. And once he was done with all his intros, he was done. He did the whole show in 45 minutes. And every time I got in the elevator with Rick Dees, he had to tell me that he made $20 million a year. Like, I never even asked. He would just tell me he made $20 million a year, you know? And so go to the Christmas party. It's at Hollywood Park. That's where SoFi Stadium is now. It used to be a racetrack and like a casino thing. And Rick Dees is doing stand-up because the company was J-Cort's, now iHeartMedia, is paying him to do stand-up and welcome everybody in because he's the highest paid personality. And he's throwing joke after joke after joke out there, and they all just bombed. And my wife, 2 glasses of wine, always says something to piss someone off, turns to me, everybody can hear, what's the deal with this guy? He's not even funny. He looks at my wife.
Oh.
He gets so mad. Dude, I'm just a weekend sports guy. Like, I'm bottom of the barrel at this point. He takes his microphone and he throws it into the ground like Gronkowski on a touchdown and goes, "Fuck all of you." And he left and never came back, dude. And I was like, I think I'm getting fired now because my wife said he wasn't funny. Really upset Rick Dees. But he goes right there in the list of people, complete punks. Yeah.
That's hysterical.
Yeah. Had his own private bathroom. Only guy I ever worked with had his own private bathroom.
All right, we got more comments coming in here. Angie Barr, I thought this was going to be the last one. We appreciate it, Angie. 199.
Angie, appreciate it. Thank God you didn't ask a question to me being Tony. It would have been the worst day.
Yeah, thank God. She says, "Have a great day, Bolt fam." Thank you, Angie. $5 from Sin City says, "Okay, if you can bring 2 former Chargers to the team, 1 offense and 1 defense, who would it be?" Me, it would be Chris Dealman and Jamal Williams. Great question. Well, go LT on offense for me.
Yes.
Defense, I would go Junior Seau. But I like the Jamal Williams call. Jamal Williams was the most underrated Charger of all time.
Gates.
Gates would be
And
awesome.
then probably, Junior Seau is probably the obvious. If not him, I'd love to bring Sean Merriman back on roids.
Yeah, on roids.
Roided. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
roided Sean.
He was a guest of the show too. Do you remember we had him on? We had him on. He's a guest of the show.
Yeah, I wanted to ask about the steroids so badly.
Junior, and LT would be my guys. I love Gates, but I keep thinking maybe we have a guy. We don't have a guy like LT. You know, I hope we have something close to him coming up in Hampton. I don't know, but I'd take LT and say I would be my guy. Jamal Williams used to drive a Bentley, which always seemed weird to me. Like, you look at body types, like, doesn't he look like he should have driven a big truck? And he always would park that Bentley in the players' lot. I'm like, dude, you're too big to drive a Bentley.
Or
Like you got a giant ass. What are you doing driving a Bentley for?
Yeah. Mike G $2 says, "If the Chargers make the Super Bowl, I'll be watching by myself."
Okay, what's this if stuff? Damn, dude, we talking the positives here, Mike. Save that shit for the designer. We don't go for that.
M3 Franco $2 says, "Now I want to see both."
Hey, real quick. Mike's comment. Are you guys opposed to watching the Super Bowl by yourself? I'm not.
If my team's in the Super Bowl, I'll be watching probably by myself. I don't want to be around a bunch of people.
I'm fine with watching with people, but I'm not going to change how I act.
No,
if that makes sense. Yeah, like I'm gonna yell some really terrible things if things go wrong, and if everyone in the room's not okay with that, then kick rocks.
I like that. M3 Franco $2 says, "Now I want to see Boseman back just to see y'all rage. Laugh out loud."
Oh my God, dude. There's no laugh out loud with that. Yeah, there's no one's laughing.
Pappy $2. Bolt up. We saw Pappy at SoFi for the Texans game.
Yeah.
Super nice guy.
Super nice guy.
This guy looks like the man.
Dude, he was the man. Dude, very generous, very nice.
Angie
Do you
Barr
think we could do a
199.
live pod at Thunder Alley? Think we could? Audio would be a problem.
We could
get
do
these
it.
guys. The music's out of control. I mean, the speakers everywhere. Everyone has a speaker going.
Yeah, never mind. We can't do it. We get copyrighted everywhere.
Oh yeah, that's true. Angie Barr 199 says, "Tony, what was Josh like in high school?" I think she's asking it to you, Dave, but you didn't go to high school with me.
Well, so I'd have to answer this like Tony?
I don't even know how you do that though, because we never went to school together.
You and I didn't go to school together. You and Tony went to school together. How
about I answer the question about Tony? I could tell you what he was like in high school. He was the best player on the football team, and he won homecoming king. And he was like, it's like out of the movies. Like, he's the guy that won all the stuff.
He's the guy that left school after Christmas break to start college early. You know those guys that
Oklahoma.
Yeah,
I was about to say, did he have to with Oklahoma? Like, actually
he wanted to. He wanted
to. He left right after Christmas break, and he went to Oklahoma, and he started as a freshman. And that's really like, if you could start as a freshman without leaving early, like, you were going to the NFL for sure. Tony obviously made it to the NFL, but he left early to get a head start. It worked out well for him. But yeah, I mean, like, Tony was like the funniest guy, like the best athlete, homecoming king. Like, he had a bunch of friends. Like, he just was like that guy.
No ego, man. Honestly, Mara, he wasn't an ego guy. Like, you'd think he would be. He wasn't, I was coaching baseball over there as an assistant coach at the time, and he wanted to be on the baseball team, and the head coach wouldn't let him be on the team. I like, dude, let's let him steal bases. Like he was cool, man. Again, no ego. Everyone in this community had known him since he was a kid. Like he was a guy that wanted to do everything. Like he was a good dude. I'm gonna give you the crazy Tony story for you though. When you were talking about the recruiting process, he committed to a bunch of schools. Like he committed to Stanford, he committed to SC, he committed to UCLA, then he backed out of all of them until he settled in Oklahoma. Him and two other guys from here decided to go to Oklahoma. Like 3 high school kids from the San Diego area all went to Oklahoma together. Tony was the wide receiver, made it in the NFL too, right? Played for the Saints. Josh, who was the wide receiver?
Kenny
Still. Kenny Still. Remember Kenny Still? Stills. Kenny Stills and Brennan Clay was the other one, the running back. He started for Oklahoma too. Anyway, Tony at one point committed to UCLA. While he's still committed to UCLA played USC in a game, and Tony was standing on the USC sideline, and the UCLA players were like cussing him out during the game. He's just wearing street clothes, you know? What the F? I mean, imagine standing on the rival sideline when you already committed to the other school. And that was like, Tony wasn't being a dick. He was just like, it is what it is. I'm here to have a good time. It was kind of crazy. Do you remember that, Josh?
I remember that.
Yeah. It was a big deal to you. So he didn't go to either one, so it didn't matter in the end. He chose Oklahoma.
Okay, I don't know what this one means. So I'm gonna need you guys to help me here. It comes from Amy O199. Says, Tony, how did it feel to throw the double Bs? What are the double Bs?
birds? Flip it on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we talked about that.
The birds. Yeah. No, yeah, we brought it up. I brought up the picture.
Did I give you credit for bringing that up to him? Because if he was a younger guy, he would have avoided that question every which way. As a veteran, he has nothing to lose and was like, F it, I'm gonna tell you the truth.
Yeah, I mean, it happened. I hate people that act like things like that happened didn't happen. Like
he literally got kicked out of the game. I mean, it was.
It's also
we didn't get kicked out because of that.
No, but he literally got kicked out of the game. I mean, it was a story. He got kicked out, and then everyone's gone.
He should have never been ejected. I'm glad he said the same thing that we all thought.
Yeah,
like I shouldn't have been ejected from that game.
Me too. I'm with. Have you, Mario? When's the last time you double birded someone?
Yesterday.
Okay, yeah, dude. I mean, come on. There's every day we want to double bird somebody.
Yeah. If I see you walking down the street, and I'm friends with you, you're getting a bird. If I'm not that close with you, I go, "Hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
What up? Good to see you." If I know you pretty well, it's the birds coming up in the air. I'm chirping you a little bit.
Even your friends that you love, you flip them off, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, hey, yeah. It's the way guys say I love you. Yeah,
dude. I sent a picture of my dump this morning to my brother. I love him.
Good God. Jesus.
That's where we're gonna end the show. Hey, it was great to have Tony on. Phenomenal.
We have some breaking news though.
We do.
What is it?
Seahawks will go up for sale after the Super Bowl.
Oh, look at that. That's what you call selling high. Why aren't they the second youngest team in the NFL too, with a young coach? It's a good sell.
Yeah, they are really young. But sale discussions have taken place at ownership and league levels for at least the past week.
All right, let real quick. Give me a round number. What do they sell for? Because I think these franchises are valued way too low. Meaning, like the Lakers went for $10 billion. Okay, and the Lakers weren't. And no one said the Lakers were worth $10 billion. If Jerry Jones put the Dallas Cowboys up, I'm pretty sure Jerry Jones could get $40 to $50 billion, but the Cowboys are valued at like $11 billion. You know what I mean? There are a lot of billionaires out there now. It's how wealthy people show their wealth. It's not about the Ferraris and the mansions. It's about owning a pro team. There's nothing bigger than possibly owning the Super Bowl champion Seahawks in an area where you basically own 5 or 6 states, right?
Yeah, I'm not good at this. I'd say sell it for like 8-9 billion would be my guess.
Yeah, I guess 10.
I'll go higher.
The most.
I'm gonna go higher. I'm gonna say they go higher than the Lakers. It's the NFL. It's an NFL team. They don't come.
You know
up
what they're valued
often.
at right now is 7 right now.
Yeah,
dude, but it's also Seattle. It's not like that big.
It's the NFL. There's only 32 of those out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you could afford, let's say, Mario, you had $30 billion. Would you buy the Seahawks?
Yeah, I would. Yeah,
me too.
I would want to get it.
I'd love to own a pro team. I'd love to own a pro team. A real team, not BS soccer crap. I'm talking
right.
a real team, like
We're
the three
gonna
major
end-
sports.
We're going to end with a trivia question. Which
Okay.
NFL team is valued the lowest? See if we
that's
can
a
get this
good one.
question right. $5.9 billion.
Texans.
Someone that I'm gonna go. No. I agree with his thinking though. AFC South. He went with either AFC South or NFC South. I'm wrong.
Cardinals.
Ooh.
Cardinals.
Yeah,
Good
Cardinals
job,
is a
Mario.
great one. Man.
Come
That's
on.
a good one. What are they valued at?
5.9.
Yeah, there you go. What are the Chargers right there on that list?
Chargers are number 25.
It's all right. What is it?
6.5.
6.5. Just for the people out here who are freaked out, worst thing you could possibly do is move the team. They're worth $1.5 billion when they left in 2017. 1.5. Look at that. Look at Dean. Dean's buying khakis and navy blue blazers all over the place. Never even goes to the dry cleaners. Just buys new ones.
How are the Rams that high?
Because they own the goddamn stadium and all the land. They own all the land around it too. They even own the land that NFL Network is on.
Yeah, number 2 is the Rams. Number 1's the Cowboys by a lot.
Yeah, I was understanding that.
Number 4 is the Raiders, by the way.
Yeah, no, it's funny. Angie just right to wow Dave. I don't even know what I said that deserved a wow Dave. Sorry.
Yeah.
Am I that outlandish?
Giants are up there too, and their owner's going to pass away. Like, is not in the best health anymore. I really butchered that, but the Giants owner is like, that's why he's in a rush right now to be good, because apparently his health's not the best.
Yeah,
and they're up there. I think they're third. I think
Giants are third. Top five is Cowboys, Rams, Giants, Raiders, Patriots.
Look at that.
Makes sense. Robert Kraft, best owner in all of sports?
No.
I disagree.
Why would you say that?
Since he's taken over, how many Super Bowls they've been to now? He's nailed the head coaching 2 times out of 3. 2 possible generational quarterbacks. It's really hard to do.
Yeah.
It's insanely hard to do.
The best owner in sports has to be the Dodgers,
luck,
right?
That's luck. It's the owner. It's Mark Walter, the owner of the Dodgers and Lakers.
How many rings does he have currently?
He has 3 with the Dodgers. Just bought the Lakers. Okay.
He
just got there.
You're gonna win this year, LA.
Look, he has 3, or he's going for his 4th ring since he bought the team. But the reason I say that with Robert Kraft, that was luck, man. Robert Kraft, dude, if it wasn't for Mo Lewis breaking Drew Bledsoe's sternum, he would have been the starting quarterback, and Brady still would have never played.
Okay.
Belichick has a losing record without Brady as his quarterback.
You need luck to be good.
You guys had Andrew Luck in Indianapolis. What did he do for you? You had Peyton Manning back-to-back quarterbacks. I'm just saying.
But I don't know, because the Super Bowl is so hard to achieve.
I got it. I'm not a big, but the salary cap and everything, I'm not a big Kraft fan. I don't know.
Fair. That's
just not.
You could argue it's easier to win a World Series than as a Super Bowl.
Yeah, you could argue anything. You can argue a salami sandwich is better than a ham sandwich.
Yeah, that came back right at me. Anyways,
It's
been an hour 30.
There you go. All right. Appreciate everybody joining us. So number 1, thanks to Tony Jefferson. That was awesome. All right. That was really cool. Appreciate everyone that joined us today. We are going to take Sunday off. Okay. The NFL's taking Sunday off. We're taking Sunday off. We never get a weekend off. So we'll be back next week. I don't think we settled on a day. Please like and subscribe to the show, and you'll know it's either going to be Monday or Tuesday. You'll catch the next one. And then, of course, we'll get you a big Super Bowl show, and then we're ready to go. And probably do a post. It depends. We'll see how much the drinking has to go into it on Super Bowl Sunday. But my thought is we do a Super Bowl post-game show, but I'm not going to mark that down for sure. Josh just checking and said yes. Can you handle your liquor on Super Bowl Sunday, Mario?
Don't ever disrespect me like that ever again, dude. Yes, I can handle my liquor.
All right. Who cares? No one's going to fire you. Do whatever you want. All right.
No,
I'll seriously, like it matters. I'm turning into HR. You're fine. We are HR. We're fine. Either way, we'll have 3 shows next week. So again, appreciate everyone who joined us. If you missed something, go back and listen to the Tony Jefferson interview on YouTube. I'm sure Mario has a ton of clips that he's going to have out for you this week. And again, thanks so much for supporting the show, and Tony Jefferson. That was really cool for all of us. We'll see you guys on the next show. Thank you so much again. For Mario Heron, Josh Palais, I'm Dave Palais. You've been listening to the Bolt Crew podcast.
Hey, yeah, hey, it's the Bolt Crew, and we always winning. Hey, go against us, I don't recommend it. Hey, it's the Bolt Crew, best up in the business. It's the Bolt Crew, repping for the city. Macking on and off the field like Khalil. They hate on us cause we keep it too real. I'm talking smack like Phil Rivers in the field. Oh, you mad again cause we kept it real? Why you mad? Hey, I'm talking smack, I feel like Uncle Dave. Hey, I bring the pain, I feel like Derwin James. I could run and gun, I feel like Harbaughs down the lane. I feel like LT the way I'm stiff arming these lanes. We just wanna win, we just wanna win, yeah. Ay, we just wanna win, we just wanna win, ay. Putting on for the city, putting on for the city. We just wanna win, we just wanna win, yeah.